Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today I'm going to show you a really quick video on how to check your belts on a Honda snowblower. I removed the housing bucket because I'm going to change the belts and the impeller bearing on this bucket. Anytime you take the bucket off, you want to check your impeller bearing, see if there's any play in the race, and usually I replace it. It's fairly cheap. Since you got the bucket off, change it. And when I'm changing the belts, I change both belts. I'll have another video where you can just change the dry belt, which you do not have to remove the housing or the bucket to replace the smaller dry belt. So let me show you how to inspect your belts. I removed the bucket for demonstration purposes. Here's your belt cover. You want to remove the two bolts here and the two on the other side, and it lifts right off. Sometimes it's easier if you take your muffler off, which is just these two nuts right here. You can take your muffler off so you have more room. Now here's your belts. This fat belt, this is a 1132 Honda. It's an SB35. This is the auger belt. This runs your auger in your impeller. The inside belt is your dry belt. It's a smaller belt. So during the winter, most of the times I hear about the dry belt break-in. It's not too difficult to replace, and I'll have another video on that. But this is inspection purposes. You don't really care too much about the outside of the belt, but you do want to make sure that the belt is running in the groove. It's not on top of the groove, it's not on the side of the groove. You don't see a bunch of dust, belt dust where the belt was rubbing on someplace. If you see a lot of wear on the outside of the belt, maybe your belt guides are in too much or it's rubbing too much. It's not running true on the idler wheel. You can look at the idler wheel and make sure it's clean in the middle. I don't know if you can see this, but both of these idler wheels are clean in the middle. So the belt is running true. It's not running on the edge here. So you don't see any wear on the edge of the belt. And there's no excessive belt dust. So you want to make sure that. And then if that looks good, then you want to feel. You can do this with the bucket on. Take the boot off the spark plug for safety reasons. And you can pull on your belt and feel the underside. That's the important part. The underside of the belt should be smooth. This is a brand new belt, so you can see how nice it is. The dry belts are used. It's a little bit rough, but I don't see any cuts. I can run the whole dry belt by pulling it. And then while I'm pulling it, I'm feeling underneath with my finger. So I'm checking the whole belt, making sure there's no breaks, no cuts. If there are, you might as well change it because you don't want it to break in the middle of a snowstorm. These belts can last a long time, 15, 20 years, especially your auger belt. Not, maybe the dry belt won't last that long, but I've seen dry belts last 20 years. Okay, these feel pretty good. So otherwise, I would have to change these. And you have to remove the bucket for the fat belt, but not for the dry. Now down here, I just left this. This is the auger pulley wheel. If you see, I put anti-seize grease on here, and I want to make sure this is the auger brake, and I want to make sure that's working properly. That's pulling out and snapping back to break it breaks your auger belt. So when you let go of the handle, it snaps back against the belt and shuts off the augers. It's a safety feature, okay? So I'm just showing you mainly on the belts, on how to inspect the belts on a Honda snowblower. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. hit the like button. That helps me. Subscribe. It makes me want to help even more on the Honda Snowblower Enthusiast group on Facebook and our new YouTube channel. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Any suggestions, put them in the comments. Corrections, if you see something's wrong, I want to know about it so I can make a better video. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.